Good morning, everybody. Good morning, wherever this video may catch you. Today, we're going to be discussing how to survive in a difficult market. 6 months ago, we saw the reports that we're in a recession, and really nobody felt that, right? The economy was strong, things were rolling, things were cooking, and nobody really felt that. And the reason why is because the economy is a giant ship, and that gigantic ship is moving. And if anybody's ever been on a cruise ship, that thing takes time to change trajectories, right? If you're on a cruise ship, and for anybody who saw the movie Titanic, you could try to change directions, but that ship takes time to move. All right. So the economy is a giant ship. And right now, when they told us 6 months ago that we're in a recession, nobody felt it. Everybody laughed, including me. I am feeling it on the ground. I've spoken to a lot of my friends that are business owners. We are all feeling it right now. We're noticing that people are taking longer to make decisions. We're noticing it's harder to get people on the phone. We're noticing that people are more reluctant to spend money. We're noticing that people are are less aggressive in acquisitions, whether it's in acquiring new businesses or new properties or new products, whatever it is. So the question is where does that leave people like you and me? Where does that leave the small business owner or the salesperson or whoever it is that now has to compete in this market? How do you make sure that you're not losing your market share? And how do you make sure that you're continuing to grow? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? If something's not growing, then it's dying. So I wrote down a whole bunch of stuff here to bring to you on Monday morning, wherever this or whenever this video might find you, to help you navigate through this. I've experienced these difficult times in business a few times already, you should know. The first time was in 2008, 2009. And then I would say the same thing happened right at the beginning of the pandemic. So when nobody knew what was going on, and you're sort of in a state of chaos before people understood what was going on, people understood. Business got very tough right at the beginning of the pandemic. And so I'm going to unpack for you guys just some very simple steps you guys could take to make sure that your businesses survive, your sales survive, and you're growing even in a difficult economic time. Just a quick shout out to Jeremy Ben Israel. Good morning. How's the coffee at that place? It's my office. It's good. Thank you. Um, Low Rider, are you worried about the banking collapses? We're going to talk about all that. Shazim Malik, start from. Okay, let's go. So let's go. We're going to talk about, first of all, Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank, as you probably have seen, have collapsed in the past few days. What does this mean for us practically? It means that you and people that are reading these headlines are getting nervous. That's all it means to me and you. All right, unless you had money in that bank, which I have friends that had, unfortunately. Unless you had money in that bank, all this means to you and me is that there's going to be less consumer confidence, which is an issue. And I'm going to show you how to combat that. So, number one is you have to be extremely aggressive in your outbound. All right. There was a time when business was good during COVID that when are people were reaching out. It wasn't hard to make money in the past few years. The governments were throwing money at people. Everybody was rah rah. There was PPP loans in the United States and Canada, the same thing. Money was being printed left, right, and center. People had to do something with that money, and money was flowing. Okay. What happened is in the past year or two, that money began to dry up. When that money dries up, it becomes more difficult. Money becomes more scarce, and you have to be more aggressive in the acquisition of that money, because the more scarce something is, the more you got to dig in order to find it. Okay. So you have to be out aggressive in your outbound sales and marketing. You have to. I'll just show you an example of what that means practically. I hate when people say you have to be aggressive in your outbound. What does that mean practically? I'm hiring a full-time new salesman to sit and troll my LinkedIn from the beginning of the morning to the end of the night to bring in new business, to direct message people, to bring in leads, to book them on phone calls with me. Aggressive. I didn't have to do that in the past. People would usually reach out to us, right? What I'm seeing is a slight slowdown in the people that are reaching out to us. So I have to I have to compensate for that slowdown somewhere. I'm not going to change my lifestyle. I'm not going to change my lifestyle just because business is slower. I'm not going to change my lifestyle. I still want to live a nice life. I still want to take my family on trips. I still want to give charity. I'm not willing to change my lifestyle. So how do I compensate? Is I'm going to hire somebody to sit there and troll my LinkedIn from the beginning of the day to the end of the day to bring in new business. Next, number two, cut all dead weight. You got to be very careful, guys. A lot of companies right now, and a lot of people in their personal lives for that matter, are carrying dead weight. What that means is you're carrying people or things that are costing you money that you cannot afford right now. Or you have to really look at your expenses and you have to say, what can I afford? What can I not afford? And how do I cut my expenses? Who is around me that is costing me money that's not making me money? The name of the game, ladies and gentlemen, is it making you money or is it costing you money? So that's in business, right? So I coached a client a few weeks ago. Um, by the way, shameless plug, if anybody's looking for business coaching, please DM me directly. Um, I'm taking on a few personal coaching clients right now where I'm coaching them one-on-one myself. I haven't done that in 2 years. I miss it. I like being on the ground. I like being in the fight with people. I'm taking on select clients. I'm taking on 5. So if you're open to it, please send me a DM, and I'm interested to speak to you. Keep in mind, it's not cheap, but it's worth it, and I could help you get through this economic, interesting situation that we find ourselves in. So again, cut dead weight. So I was coaching somebody this week and I said to them, "Hey buddy, what's going on in your organization?" The guy was losing money hand over fist. And I helped him understand that he's losing about $20,000 a month. He hired this person 4 months ago that's costing him $8,500 a month. The person is not bringing in crazy results into the organization. That person is not helping them make money in the organization. I told him, you got to cut that person. He fired the person on Sunday. He felt like crap the whole day about it on Sunday. But Monday morning, he woke up and he said, Beryl, thank you for the advice. I feel so much better now. I'm $8,500 a month lighter this month. Okay. What's up, Melissa French? How you doing? I see you just joined. Um, Okay, let's keep on going. So you want to cut all dead weight. Next, number 3 is don't ignore your different revenue streams. Money is money, okay? It doesn't matter where it comes from. It does, as long as you are obtaining that money legally, and as long as the juice is relatively worth the squeeze, don't forget about your different revenue streams. Meaning, right now is not the time to get fancy. Right now is not the time. Let's say, I'm just going to give a very silly example, okay? Let's say you are a 17-year-old girl. I know there's no 17-year-old girls watching this, maybe there are, but I'm going to give you a very basic rudimentary example. You're a 17-year-old girl and you have 3 ways that you make money. You walk dogs, you tutor, and you babysit. You don't want to ignore, you don't want to say, I don't want to walk dogs. It's a little bit too cold outside right now. Maybe I'll do it in the summer. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to give up your revenue streams right now. You want to hang on to revenue streams. Cash is king right now. You want money because we don't know, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. You don't know what is going to, maybe another bank will collapse. Maybe the Bank of America will collapse, God forbid. You want to make sure that your revenue streams are solid, are rock solid, so that you are not in a place where you are trying to put food on your table. You don't want to get rid of your revenue streams. Again, that was for a 17-year-old girl. What might it be for a 40-year-old man? Let's say you work a 9 to 5. That's revenue stream number 1. Let's say I don't know, you coach a baseball team, um, or you're an umpire and you're only bringing in $400, let's say a week from being an umpire, or $300 a week. You don't want to let go of that revenue stream right now. It is not the time to get fancy. It is not the time to start. You want to solidify your revenue streams. You want to be adding revenue, not subtracting revenue. Again, when things were crazy, when there was money flying left, right, and center, when the pandemic was here and people were moving businesses and companies, people were getting fired and hired and digital nomads and all these things, fine. You wanted to play around, no problem. Now is the time for stability. Okay. Next, I want you to think of new revenue streams. How can you have to be asking yourself the question, how can I make more money? How could I bring more revenue into my pipeline? How could I bring new dollars, fresh dollars? So that means, again, back to the back to the 40-year-old man. He has a full-time job. He's an umpire in his spare time. What else can he do to bring in money? Maybe it is opening I don't know, a a business where they're cutting grass for his local. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Think about new revenue streams. For my business personally, we are going hard into the recruiting business. We're adding that revenue stream because we've done it a few times. The money has come, it's been good, and now we're doubling down with God's help in that business. Why? Because I want to add revenue right now. I don't want to subtract. I want new revenue, new places where I can go grab pockets of money. Next, be less picky. All right, now is not the time to get fancy. Now is not the time to get picky. There are times, and you will see them, you will admit, you will witness this in your life, where there will be so much opportunity in the market. Everything's flying, everything's strong. Consumer confidence is through the roof. And everybody's trying to fight to give business and to get business. And money is flying like water. In those moments, you will have to learn the skill of saying no to certain opportunities. Okay? Right now, you have to learn the skill of saying yes to opportunities. Be less picky about what you're getting. You have to survive right now. All right? And I don't want to sound doom and gloom, guys. It's not my intention right now. I'm not a doom and gloom type of preacher at all whatsoever, but I am a guy that I feel things, okay? I said to Elias last week on Wednesday, I said, something's not right. Something's not right in the market. I feel it in my bones. I feel it slowing down. I feel it molasses a little bit. Something is slowing down. Something is not right. Bang, within 24 hours, we heard of the bank collapsing. I'm not saying that I predicted the bank collapsing, but I feel it in my bones, guys, that I want to make sure that you guys are ahead of the curve on this thing, because that's what we're doing internally in our office and our businesses. We're getting ahead of this curve, and I want you to be ahead of it too. Be less picky. Pick up any business that you can. Make sure the juice is worth the squeeze. And last thing before I have to go, because I have to go do business also, is value your clients. Every client matters right now. Don't be fancy. Don't be proud. Don't be a jerk with your clients. Value every revenue stream that you have. Take care of them, pamper them, love them. All right. Give them what they need. Make sure they don't go anywhere else, and shore up your base. Be good to your clients, and value every single client and every single opportunity that comes your way. Guys, unsolicited, I have 3 businesses if you want to do business with me. Number 1 is an executive recruiting firm. Like I mentioned, if you need executives for your business, please reach out to me. We have the top people, great people. We worked with hundreds of them over the past 2 years. Number 2 is a video production company. If you have any type of business that needs a product video, you need an employee video, you need a video about your company, about your tour, about your property, whatever it is, we do that. And then number 3 is executive coaching. I'm taking on a few new clients right now. I love you guys dearly. Thank you for being here with me. Have a great week. I'm pulling for you. God bless. Let's go get them together. And by the way, please do me a favor, leave a comment, leave a like, share this video. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. I'm looking forward. God bless. Be well.